morning, world. Bear with me. I haven't made videos about anything for over 2 years. About 2 years ago, I started a YouTube channel about life, people's stories, their perspectives on life and whatnot. Things went well, I was gaining a lot of traction, support, but I was also going through deep-seated issues, with the family and relationships, those type of things, I always walk by these dogs. One of them is really quiet, really gentle, but this one right here, he usually very vocal. What's up, buddy? Hi, buddy. He's a pretty dog. Yeah, that's how you feel? Yeah, you gotta have those where I'm at. Gotta have dogs. Detroit, it's crazy out here. Just yesterday, well, not yesterday, I should say, 3 days ago, I was walking down a road named Gratiot Avenue. Almost got hit. Some lady was texting, driving, plowed into the car in front of her and shot the car towards me, and it happened behind me. And I heard it, and my head, snapped to the left, and before I even really turned my head, the car was already coming at me. Everything went slow motion. I jumped back. Literally, the tips of my fingers brushed against the car. She spun around and ended up going in reverse to a stop over the curb. It was wild. So you gotta be careful. And that's anywhere, I walk a lot, so I always confronted with dangers. People that are high on the road, not paying attention, especially the weekends, They're really crazy out here. But I'm heading to a place called Greening of Detroit. It's called the Detroit Conservation Corps. They're a non-profit organization that help people. And they help people by giving back to the community, planting trees mostly. Back in the 80s, late 80s from what I understand, all the big trees became diseased and they were dying. It wiped out millions of trees. So in 89, I know her name, but I can't think of it. But she decided to start Greening of Detroit, and it's been 35 years. Successful, making money to give back to Detroit. So, yeah, I volunteered for this program. It's a 6-week program. Not only to help myself gain some certifications, but give back to the community. Plant trees, save Mother Earth. My last YouTube that I got locked out of, I talked about pollution, global warming, those type of things. It's really happening. We're destroying this earth rapidly, and if we don't make a change on a global scale, I know, and many people know, that this earth won't survive. We'll wreak havoc. And it's already been that way. If you start doing the research yourself and look into it, the oceans are terrible. All these countries are using the ocean as a dumpster, a toilet. So our country and many countries need to unite and start making a difference, start making a change. That's why voting is so important. But yeah, Detroit greening of Detroit. They've planted over like 186,000 trees around Detroit, which is pretty impressive. It's a lot of trees, man. But they help you with CPR certification. I'm certified in CPR. That's always good. OSHA 10, so safety certifications to walk on job sites, those type of things. They even help people that are struggling with their driver's license. They'll pay for your fines. That's crazy. A lot of people, they can't afford that, especially trying to make it out of a really bad situation that many people get put in, whether they do it themselves or people do it to them. It's one of my biggest lessons learned in life. People will manipulate. I've done it. I know people that have done it. They'll manipulate everyone and everything to get whatever it is that they believe they need or want. It's wild. But right now I'm walking. I've been walking a lot, actually. I've been walking about 20 miles a day. More than that, because of my current living situations, Walking down 6 Mile in the west side of Detroit, which was actually a really nice neighborhood years ago. I'm talking decades ago. I think what really messed up Detroit was not only the riots, the 1960s Detroit race riots, but the crack cocaine in the 80s really, that's what changed it. And it's still that way. Right now you got all that fentanyl and the other things. This dog right here is always love you. This one will bite you. I've had him bite me. I'm surprised he bit me the other day, or tried. I feel bad because they always sleep in the corner and the person just puts a rug down in the corner. I don't ever see no roof over, for the, they can go in, get warm, have some hay for them. It's crazy. Dog's licking its own vomit up. But yeah, this is a really bad neighborhood, though. I've met really nice people over here. I always run into people. So that's kind of what I was, eventually going to get to. I travel a lot. I walk a lot, ride my bike, drive, and I like to explore. I like to adventure, and I like to meet people. People, from all over on the street. People are doing things, not doing things, and find out who they are. Get to meet them. Bring light into their life. I couldn't tell you how many times, I've been low. Nobody around, people tend to isolate themselves too, And if it wasn't for certain people in my life bringing that light into that darkness that surrounded me, I wouldn't be who I am or what it is I do now. So I really strive to do that. So what this YouTube will be about is people's life stories, wisdom. I'll be making videos on how I survive, what it is I do every day, what other people do every day. I'll be meeting people are doing things. I have a lot planned, and I'm really into computers, cars. I want to travel and sail around the world, which eventually I'll be picking up a sailboat and working on it so I can sail it. Look at these beautiful dogs, man. This dog has such a big head. This one's new. What's up, buddy? Yeah? Yeah, I don't think I want to touch that dog. He's probably gentle though, you know? Every time I see that truck, I love it. What's up, buddy? Yeah? Yeah? It's funny, the owner probably comes and the dog runs up with its tail between its legs, you know? Yeah, I don't even know where I was at. It's freaking cold out here this morning. My fingers are frozen. When my hands get cold, they shoot like pains up my hands, like up my arms. I always be checking for traffic, man. The other day scared the shit out of me. I don't really like walking down roads unless I'm facing traffic, but that is hard to do all the time. One thing I've learned is never walk in front of cars when you're crossing the road unless you like make contact, eye contact, or you know they see you. Even then, I'll still walk behind the car a lot of times. People are crazy, I'm telling you. But yeah, I got a lot planned. I can't even talk this morning. I got a lot planned for this YouTube channel. You know, it sucks I lost everything from the other one, which it's still up. You can still watch videos and whatnot. But things happen for a reason, you know? I call it divine order. When you open your heart and you become vulnerable, and you forgive yourself, forgive those around you, you start seeing what your purpose is. Everything around you, you see God talking in everyone and everything. We're all expressions of her love, right? God isn't just a man. God is man, woman. He is a spirit. I say he, but spirit. Everything, you can see it. You can see it in animals. You can see they're conscious, they're living. It's crazy, all the trees, plants, you can see the order of it. If you don't believe in God, you're blind. And I feel sorry for you. Because without him, we wouldn't be here. Which brings me to what I really want to talk about today. I'm mumbling. You know, a lot of people always ask you to bless them or pray for them. You're already blessed. You are the blessing. You give to others, you help others, and that's how you receive. You know, in order to be in front of somebody, you must stand behind them. Because when you stand behind them and help them and support them in any way, they tend to stand behind you, which is so important in life, you know. God wants to give you that good life. And you can have it. You gotta work for it though. Love is a verb, it's an action. You must physically show it. You can't expect to have everything you want or need if you don't work for it. It's really important to understand that. I'm about to walk on these doves. There's so many of them under this bridge. Somebody always throws like lentils. They always be throwing lentils on the ground like bags. I see them all the time as I walk this way. I got 2 more weeks of this program, I'll be finished. But I walk this way almost every day. I ride the bus, but I prefer to walk. Gets me motivated. But you can see these birds, it's crazy. They got some fat ones too, they eat good. Whoever throws the bags out the window, they just throw the bags out the window. They don't even open the bag up. I always feel bad when I walk past them, but hey, it'll be alright. I love birds. They represent freedom to me. They can fly wherever they want. They go wherever they want. And a lot of birds, you know, they're together for life. Once they meet their other half, the other one would die right after one of them does die. I've owned 2 parrots over the years. They're very intelligent, expensive too. Which is why, like smaller birds, they'll pair them. Because, you know, if one dies, the other one usually dies right after. But they don't pair, they don't put parrots together. Because they cost so much, they're so rare. You know, they don't want a $3,000 bird dying because the other one died. So it's very rare they put them together. But I just want to let you know you're blessed. You have good things coming. Everything's so loud on the road, walking down the street. I didn't really want to do a video on the street, but you know, I gotta get back into it. Well, I'm gonna get off. My hands are frozen, they're starting to hurt again. If I run into anybody or see anything that might be interesting, I'll record it for everyone. There's not that much going on right now. Talk to y'all later.